One thing that is for sure is death, taxes, and the Chicago Bulls are gonna bull. I gotta give you credit for the Bulls. They did get the lead down to 10. I know that sounds crazy to say give them credit for. The lead was up to 20 at one point in time. The Bulls are giving energy out there. They just can't score the ball. I'll say this, and I know not everybody's gonna agree with it. The Bulls defensively in that second quarter improved a whole hell of a lot. They're playing with better energy. They're forcing turnovers, things like that. He have 7 turnovers to the Bulls 5. But the problem is they're getting outworked in every other facet of the game. They can't shoot to save the Bulls are shooting 27% from the field in the first half of the game. 27%. They're shooting 21% from three-point range. They've taken 23 three-pointers already in this game. The Bulls are getting out-rebounded only by 1, not a large margin there. Points off turnover are tied for 6-6 for both teams. Miami Heat had 15 points off the bench. The Bulls only 4 points off the bench. And then second chance point, the Heat are leading that 6-4, and they're also leading fast break points 10-2. But Bulls defense much better in the second quarter of the game, I should say. I think I was saying half earlier. Much better defensive effort in the second quarter, but the Bulls got to get it going, man. Only 13 points allowed in the second quarter, 20 points scored by the Chicago Bulls. So, maybe that's a sign of things kind of going in a better direction for the Bulls. But if they don't get it together, they are not matching the intensity from the Heat. That zone defense, as I said, is giving them fits right now. DeMar DeRozan is the only player in double digit with 15. Other than that, it's all Tony Snell stat lines. Nikola Vucevic is 2 for 6 from the field, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block as well, but only 4 points. Kobe White is 2 for 10 from the field with 6 points, 1 steal, 1 rebound. Ayo Dosunmu has 5 points. He's 1 of 7 from the field, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. And then Alex Caruso's 1 of 5 for 3 points. We got Drummond and Javonte Green with 2 points each off the bench. See, the problem is, and if you notice in their stats, it's the scoring, it's the shooting right now that are giving the Bulls fits. And the Miami Heat are taking it away from them, man. The Miami Heat are playing an absolutely amazing brand of defense right now. And you're seeing the difference between the Atlanta Hawks brand of defense and then the style of defense that the Miami Heat play. That is a huge difference in this game. It's a big reason why the Bulls cannot get in any type of offensive rhythm at all. And that's what's affecting the Bulls hugely in this game. And so it's crazy. And this is what this is what I was worried about with this game is that even though the Miami Heat are missing Jimmy Butler, they're just a better execution team. They are executing their game plan greatly. The defense of the Eric Spoelstra's zone defense needs to be studied. In an era where the zone can kind of with shooting has counteracted how the NBA's moved to zone defenses. The Miami Heat have such a good zone defense as well as good perimeter defensive play as well. Don't have the best perimeter defenders, especially with Jimmy Butler out there, but the defensive play out on the perimeter just puts them in such a great position to take advantage of most teams, man. And it's just the Bulls are being suffocated right now. If the Bulls don't start shooting the ball better overall from the field, the Bulls aren't going to have a chance in this game. They're not going to have a chance. And somebody say, well, Haize, how can you say they're not going to have a chance at all? Because I'm watching the goddamn basketball game. The Bulls are getting their asses kicked defensively right now. The Miami Heat are like that bully on the court that are just are in the playground that just sees that little kid, that pipsqueak, and they know you ain't got no big brother, you ain't got no older sister, you ain't got no friends, you ain't got nothing. It's just you versus me, and I'm about to knock your ass out. That's how the Miami Heat are playing right now. And like I said, the Bulls are in the second quarter specifically are playing with a lot more heart. I got to give them that. In the second quarter of this game, they still only shot 28% from the field, but the defense is what got them in that back in that, well, as far as getting the lead down. I can't say they're back in the game yet. 10-point deficit. They definitely got to work on that. But and the thing that worries me about that is that Eric Spoelstra is such a good coach when it comes to adjustments that I just don't know if the Bulls and Billy Donovan are going to be able to make adjustments that of the type that Eric Spoelstra are going to make. So, anything promising, the Bulls forcing turnovers. The Bulls, when they get out, they have had get out in transition opportunities. They haven't finished it well, right? So there are things that you can look at in this first half and say, all right, bet. You keep that branded defense. You find a way to bust up that zone, you can get back in this game. But if you don't do that, it's gonna be ugly. And so, this is the worst case scenario for the Bulls. It really is. Like, and I don't use that by any hyperbole. This is one of the worst case scenarios you could have had for the Chicago Bulls, and the fact that the energy and effort that they are giving just isn't enough, right? And so typically you see with the Bulls team is they get down on themselves when the team gets out to a 20-point lead, and then they eventually have to work themselves back up. This team has been competing this whole time. They've been giving energy and effort, but it's just not really, they're chipping away at it. And we've seen in the NBA, if you keep chipping away, eventually you may be able to get that lead back. And hopefully the Bulls keep that mentality, because you got to come out in this third quarter, and you got to come out of this. I would say you don't want to go in the fourth quarter against an Eric Spoelstra coach team down by any more than 5 points. You got to find a way. I'm not saying you got to take the lead in the third quarter of this game, but you cannot. I repeat, you cannot go into the fourth quarter with a 5-point or more deficit against this Miami Heat team, because you give that, it's going to be extremely hard to overcome at that point. And so, hopefully the Bulls, they have some conversations, they have some talks. And then when you look at it, the thing that's crazy about this game, the Miami Heat only have one player that scored in double figures. That's Haize with 10 points. Other than that, they're spreading it around. Do you guys remember what I said in the pregame show, where I said how when you're missing a player like Jimmy, that our thought process goes to, all right, bet they're missing Jimmy. He's a 20-point per game scorer. That's 20 points off the board. We're going to be able to defend him better. But what the Miami Heat are doing, it is death by 1,000 cuts. Nikola Jovic with 5 points. Caleb Martin only with 2. Ban with 6. Hero with 9. Haize with 10. You got Kevin Love with 5. Duncan Robinson with 6. Highsmith with 4. It's spread around there. Now, it wasn't a whole high scoring fourth quarter, only 47 points scored by the Miami Heat in the second half of that game. So you look at it, both teams combined have only scored 84 points in a half. So there's not this type of high scoring thing out there to where the lead is insurmountable. It's not, but you have to dig in. And so if the Bulls can't get their offense going, it's going to be a long night. And so let's hope that the Bulls can do that. Let's hope somebody else other than DeMar gets in rhythm. DeMar, the only player on the Chicago Bulls as well, shooting the ball above 50%. So that's crazy. So we need that efficiency to come back. We need to find a way to do something offensively against this team. If we don't, this is going to be ugly and continue to be ugly down the stretch of this game. But let's see how you guys are feeling. We got Carlos in the building, says, I'm getting sick. I'm already sick, bro. I'm sick of this shit. That's what I'm sick of. My stomach hurts. I agree with you, Sydney. They're not making their shots, which is freaking killing them. 20, what I say for the half? What are we shooting for the half? 27% for the half as a team. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anthony Vargas, this is a trash game, Haize. We need to do better in the third quarter. Much better in the third quarter, bro. Vooch actually playing better defense than offense for once. I think the whole team is that, right? It's all about the hustle and focus. I like what I saw in the second. I agree. I do like a lot of what I saw in the second. You got to find a way to bottle that up and play like that for the remainder of the whole entire second half. Not trying to blame referee, but in Jesus Christ, they're starting to swallow their whistle on a lot of these calls when it comes to the Bulls. No Diddy. Well, I think they're letting both teams play. This is one of those times where I got to say, personally, it feels like they're letting both teams play. Yeah, the Bulls got 10 free throws. The Miami Heat have 9 total as a team. So the refs are really allowing these teams to play in this one. And unfortunately, the physicality is not going the way of the Chicago Bulls. It's going the way of the Miami Heat right now. And the Bulls got to find a way to combat that. They got to find a way to combat that. Laxus Garcia says this is a win. Yes, this is still a game where it's not insurmountable. It's not one of those leads where you're looking at it and saying you can't over. If they would have went down in this half by 20 points like it was at one point, I would say, hey, this is probably not a lead we're going to be able to come back from. But you've gotten it down to 10. You got a whole half of basketball left to be played. Let's see how you come out here and perform. Dario says, yeah, missing wide open shots. It's not even we miss a lot of wide open threes as well, but it's also like the rhythm threes. Nobody's in rhythm scoring wise except DeMar, and I would even combat and say that he's not fully in rhythm either. Damn from Kobe MIP. That's crazy, bro. The Bulls got hit in the mouth in the first quarter, but shaked it off. Yeah, let's see if they can continue to. We're winning this game. Trust. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears, brother. from your mouth to God's ears. I don't know if this matters or not, but the Miami Heat are known to be a bad third quarter team. I get what you're saying on that one, bro. I get what you're saying on that, but I can't go into this one expecting that, right? So we'll see. Where's the energy and hustle? This is embarrassing how flat this team is. Vooch, where the fuck are you? I've seen you didn't see energy. They're just not making shots. This team is playing with energy, especially in that second quarter. Especially in that second quarter. I got to combat you on that one, man. They playing with energy. Bro, what's going on? So many turnovers by Miami. We're still not taking advantage. We can't finish the fast break to save. And to their credit, they're getting back in transition defense. They aren't giving up on any plays, and that's really affecting them as well. Dan Munn says, Miami not shooting great. We can still capitalize. We're not shooting great either. Yeah, they're shooting the ball 38% from the field, but guess this, they're shooting the ball, even at 38%, they're shooting the ball 11% better than what the Chicago Bulls are. That's how bad we're shooting tonight. We got to get back in this, man. The Bulls have to be one of the one, if not the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. Man, they got to add some shooting, bro. Got to add some shooting. Got to add some. This year feels more intense, and we're not responding well to that. Hopefully, not yet, but will change. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Still time. It's definitely still time. Miami's zone defense is killing this Bulls team. Listen, their zone is crazy. The Bulls zone defense is bananas, fam. Bananas. We got Leandre in the building. Says, bro, that drip. I appreciate that. I put a little work into it. Gotta get the championship over on that side. It is what it is. We do a little something around here. 6 rings. It is what it is. We're on pace for 79. Well, the thing is, the Miami Heat aren't on pace for very much more than that either, brother. So this is a defensive game. This is an old school, early 2000s type Eastern Conference game. That's what this feels like. This feels like one of those old school, early 2000s, 2003, 2004-ish Eastern Conference playoff games where you know that you're going to walk away and the score is going to be 89-74, right? That's what you're looking for, right? And that's not what you're looking for, but that's what you're looking at in this one, man. So, but we still, listen, it's not over. It is not over yet. It's not over at all. If Torrey Craig does not brick 2 wide open 3-pointers, this is looking very different. Well, I mean, that you can't just look at Torrey Craig. Kobe's missed wide open 3-pointers. Ayo missed a wide open 3-pointer in the corner. I think he actually missed 2, right? So overall, we're shooting bad as a team. The whole entire team is looking bad right now, shooting wise. We're all looking bad. So we never had offense besides Lamar. Not in this game. Yeah, I hope the Kentucky job is already, they hired Mark Pope. The Kentucky job is not there anymore. It's not there. Please stop giving Terry minutes. Terry has definitely played good defense in this game, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I really need Torrey Craig to step this up. He had so many good looks that could have turned this around. Yeah. You don't want to miss wide. Now, against this zone defense, when you get a wide open 3, you can't overlook it. V.O. Walker says, Haize, my man, Bull shot selection is trash, and they not getting back on defense. They started getting back on defense in that second quarter, but they got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Agree with this wholeheartedly. Genesis, Ayo and Kobe are forcing their shots. They need to calm down. The whole team is forcing right now. Whole team is forcing. Little Famo in the building says, got to give her credit. They're getting the ball out of DeMar's hands, so Billy got to come up with something. And that's where the problem then lies in, right? Is that you got to trust Billy Donovan to come up with an adjustment, and that's where it starts getting scared at. Samir says he's going to cry. Don't cry, bro. It is what it is. Like I said, it is what it is, man. L in the building says, let's go Chicago Sky. We'll see Bulls in the fall. Keep it up, Haize. I appreciate you, Brody. After watching Joakim Noah's interview and seeing Bulls playing tonight, it's very obvious this team lacks heart and competitiveness that we were once known for and respected for. This team is showing who they are. Yep, I agree with you. But all right, y'all, I'll be back post-game show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. We'll be back post-game. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red. Let's get this dub, y'all.